I wasn't even gonna do this. I swear to God, I wasn't gonna out him nothing. I'm doing this because he tried to say that I come to the door in my birthday suit. And that is never the case. But since you wanna go there, let's go there. You wanna make me look crazy by your lies, I'm gonna make you look crazy by my truth. So that's all it is for me. Like, you took it there, and now let's go there.
Atlanta has always been known for its love of drama and scandal, but the city was about to witness a new level of intensity. Jasmine, a fiery and protective mother, found herself in the midst of an emotional whirlwind that no one could have predicted. While Atlanta was famous for its wild headlines and jaw-dropping twists, this time the drama hit home, and it was personal. Jasmine was about to take on Karlie Redd, one of the most infamous figures from love and hip-hop Atlanta. The story started innocently enough. Jasmine, known for her no-nonsense attitude and fierce protection of her child, had always been careful about her personal life. When her baby was born, it was one of the happiest moments of her life, and she wanted to keep it that way. She only shared select moments with the public, cherishing the time with her family and closest friends. Her baby was her pride and joy, but she wanted to protect him from the harsh scrutiny that the spotlight often brings. She was determined to shield him from the judgmental eyes of the public and social media. But everything changed one evening, when Jasmine was scrolling through social media. What she saw took her by complete surprise and sent her into an emotional frenzy. There in front of her were pictures of her baby, some of them intimate moments that were meant to be kept private. These photos, which she had only shared with a very select group of people, were now plastered all over the internet. They were being shared on Karlie Redd's Instagram account, and it appeared as though Karlie had leaked them to the public. Jasmine was in shock. Karlie Redd, a woman Jasmine had once considered an ally, had crossed a line. Karlie, who had built her social media empire on drama and controversy, had taken something deeply personal to Jasmine and exploited it for the world to see. Jasmine couldn't believe it. She felt betrayed, humiliated, and most of all, furious. How could Karlie, a woman she had been cordial with and who had once shown interest in becoming part of her circle, do something so disrespectful? The betrayal wasn't just about the photos being leaked. It was about the violation of Jasmine's trust as a mother. She had worked hard to keep her child's life away from the spotlight, and Karlie's actions had shattered that. Jasmine's emotions were
I don't feel like I owe her that. It's not my job.
You know what? He can have that overweight, speaking with a fake accent Teletubby if that's what he wants. Because Karlie Redd is done. All I need is a ride home.
Boiling over. She wasn't going to let this slide. As a woman who knew how to get things done, she quickly realized that confronting Karlie on camera would be the best way to ensure her message got across. It wasn't just about talking it out. This was a full-on confrontation, and Jasmine was ready for war. She called her closest friends to strategize and plan her next move. The day Jasmine decided to confront Karlie was one that would go down in the love and hip-hop Atlanta history books. The scene was set in one of Atlanta's most upscale restaurants, a place where high-powered business deals and celebrity meetings often took place. But on this day, it would become the backdrop for an unforgettable showdown that would leave everyone talking. Jasmine entered the restaurant with fire in her eyes. Gone was the calm, collected woman who had once kept her life away from the public eye. Now she was a lioness, ready to defend her cub. Nothing would stop her. Karlie was already seated at a table, looking as confident as ever, flipping through her phone. She hadn't noticed Jasmine walk in, but when Jasmine stormed over to her table, the entire atmosphere shifted. The people in the restaurant could feel the tension in the air. Karlie looked up, her usual smirk faltering as she saw the fire in Jasmine's eyes. "What's going on, Jasmine?" she asked, trying to sound calm, though it was clear she knew something was coming. Without missing a beat, Jasmine shot back. "What the hell is wrong with you, Karlie?" she snapped, her voice rising in anger. "How dare you leak my baby's pictures online? You know better than that. You know how hard I've worked to keep him out of all this madness, and you went and made him a spectacle for the world to see." Karlie's face immediately hardened. She had been caught, and there was no way to hide from the truth. "I didn't mean for it to go that far," she stammered, though her tone lacked any real sincerity. "I thought—" Jasmine cut her off, her voice sharp and full of fury. "You didn't think, Karlie. You wanted attention. You wanted drama, and you used my son to get it." Her hands balled into fists and her body trembled with rage. "You know exactly what you did, and I'm not going to sit here and let you try to spin this any other way. This is my son we're talking about. You crossed the line." Karlie's expression shifted, though she remained defensive. "Jasmine, I didn't mean to hurt you. I thought you'd be okay with it. I mean, the pictures were cute. It wasn't meant to be a big deal." Jasmine's anger flared even hotter. "A big deal," she repeated, her voice rising even more. "You didn't ask me. You didn't care
Karlie
what
Red could ever take from her.
Other day.
Yeah.
This is the text message between me and Kirk. He said so-and-so amount if we. This is not a one-time thing. I'm telling y'all, this tried to me on several occasions. He's been proven time and time again to lie about. When have I ever been proven wrong?
You don't have a reason to lie.
I don't have a reason to lie.
We on the playground. Let's play. Let's go.
Jasmine's voice was calm but full of intensity as she spoke to Karlie, her words cutting through the tense air. "You've done a lot of things in your time, Karlie," she said, her tone unwavering. "But this is the lowest." She paused for a moment, letting the weight of her words settle. "I'll never forget what you did, and I'll make sure the world knows who you really are." Karlie's eyes narrowed as she sat there, clearly taken aback by the force of Jasmine's anger. She wasn't used to being on the receiving end of someone's wrath, especially not someone as fierce and determined as Jasmine. Karlie had spent years in the spotlight, known for being tough and unshakable, but this was different. She knew she had crossed a line, and as much as she wanted to defend herself, she could see that this battle was already lost. "I'm sorry." "Okay?" Karlie finally said, her voice strained and filled with guilt. "I didn't think it would go down like this. If I hurt you, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to go this far." But Jasmine wasn't done. She wasn't about to let Karlie off the hook that easily. "Sorry isn't enough," she shot back, her voice firm and unwavering. "You don't get to take my privacy and turn it into your publicity stunt." She stepped closer to Karlie, her eyes burning with the fire of a mother protecting her child. "You'll never get that chance again. And don't think for 1 second that I'll forget this." With one final fiery glare, Jasmine turned and walked away. Her footsteps echoed through the restaurant as she left Karlie sitting there, stunned and speechless. The room seemed to hold its breath as the weight of what had just happened settled in. Jasmine had made her point clear, and Karlie knew there was no way to undo what she had done. The aftermath of that emotional showdown rippled through the love and hip-hop Atlanta world. Fans, critics, and onlookers alike were all talking about what had just gone down. The debate over who was in the right or wrong quickly took over social media, with opinions flying in every direction. Some sided with Jasmine, applauding her for standing up for her family and making it clear that there were boundaries that shouldn't be crossed. Others defended Karlie, saying she hadn't meant to cause harm and that her actions were just part of the drama that everyone had come to expect from reality TV. But despite the mixed reactions, one thing became clear. Jasmine had established herself as a force to be reckoned with. She had proven that no matter who you were or how long you had been in the spotlight, you weren't going to get away with disrespecting her family. She had taken a stand, not for fame, not for attention, but for something far more important, her child. And in that moment, she showed the world that a mother's love and protective instincts could not be underestimated. For Karlie, however, the consequences of her actions were still unfolding. she was left picking up the pieces of her damaged reputation, and it was clear that she had underestimated just how far a mother would go to protect her family. Karlie had built her brand on being bold, unapologetic, and willing to stir the pot, but this time she had pushed too far. The image she had carefully crafted for years was now in jeopardy, and she couldn't deny that her actions had consequences. But for Jasmine, this wasn't about seeking fame or drama. It wasn't about making headlines or becoming a bigger name in the world of reality TV. This was personal. This was about protecting her child from the harsh realities of the public, from the invasive scrutiny of social media, and from anyone who would use her family for their own gain. She had no interest in being a part of the drama that so often surrounded the world of reality television. What mattered most to her was her son's well-being and ensuring that his life would be shielded from the chaos that came with being in the spotlight. Jasmine's actions that day spoke volumes. It wasn't just about confronting Karlie or calling her out for her actions. It was a statement to anyone who would dare to disrespect her family. There would be no tolerance for it. No matter how big the name, no matter how much drama someone might bring to the table, there was a line that shouldn't be crossed when it came to her loved ones. And Karlie had crossed it. In the end, the showdown between Jasmine and Karlie wasn't just about a few leaked pictures. It was about trust, respect, and the lengths a mother would go to in order to protect her child. Karlie had violated that trust, and in doing so, she had ignited a fire that would not be easily extinguished. Jasmine had made it clear that she would fight for her family, no matter what the cost. As for Karlie, the damage had been done. The public fallout was impossible to ignore, and it was clear that her reputation would take a hit. She had to reckon with the fact that her actions had consequences, and she had failed to anticipate the depth of